Alright, in 17 and 18, we're given two trig equations. One's cosine, one's sine, and we're asked to find the amplitude, period, and the midline for each of these functions. So how we do that is the same regardless of if it's cosine or sine. We're looking at the same numbers to find these three features: amplitude, period, and midline. So in the first one, we've got y equals 3 cosine of 1/4 x. Let's start with amplitude. So amplitude equals, so when I'm finding my amplitude, I'm looking at that number in front of the function. So the definition is just the absolute value of that number. So if it's positive, you don't have to do anything, but if it were to be negative, you would have to change it to a positive. That's what these absolute value bars do. So since this is positive 3, that's just our amplitude. Now, for period, we've got to do 2 pi divided by the coefficient of x, the absolute value of that number. So 2 pi over that number in front of x. So for this function, that's 1/4. So I'm doing 2 pi over the absolute value of 1/4. I don't have to do absolute value here since that's a positive number. But if it were a negative number, I would have to change that to a positive. So 2 pi over 1/4, that simplifies to 8 pi. And finally, midline. Midline is always written like y equals some number. It's written like y equals some number because it's a horizontal line that goes through the middle of the curve. So where that number is, it's the number that's added or subtracted on the end of the function. There's not anything added or subtracted here, so technically I've got just plus 0. So my midline is y equals 0. Alright, let's do the same thing for the sine function. Again, regardless of whether it's sine or cosine, it doesn't change how you find these things. So for amplitude, again, we're looking at that number in front, so 3/5. It's positive, so I just leave it alone. So my amplitude is 3/5. For period, just like before, I do 2 pi divided by the coefficient of x, so 2 pi over 4. That simplifies to pi over 2, or 1/2 pi. And lastly, midline. We got y equals, let's see, we got -2 on the end, so it's y equals -2.